hits a spot this morning. It's cold outside, so I'm going to leave it out there and we're going to stay in here. Today, I'm going to show you how I resaw the OTB Thinker Way. I've done it resawing on my bandsaw over the years with all different kinds of wood and trying to push it through, setting up a fence. And I always had what I would consider unhappy results resawing through the bandsaw. I finally found a method that works fabulous. It's pretty simple, but it also includes using my table saw as well as my bandsaw. But also, when I cut this 6-inch, I'm going to cut a 6-inch piece of board here, 6 1/8 inches wide, and it's 1 1/8 inch thick, hard maple. So this is going to be a little bit of work, you would think. Trying to put that through your bandsaw on edge would be no fun. Well, let me show you. It's actually pretty easy. Probably take me less than 5 minutes. So what I do is I have my table saw set up here. And what we're going to do is I have my 7 1/4, 1/16 inch thick blade. So I get a pretty small curve, a 1/16 inch curve. And I've got it set so that it goes right down the middle. So I can split this board into 2 pieces, 9/16 of an inch thick, give or take a 32nd. So what I'm going to do is I run it through here on both edges and cut a kerf in there. Raise the blade, it's at half height now. Raise it up all the way, do it again using the flip method end to end till I get the kerf cut on both edges as high as I can into the wood. Then I'll lower it back down halfway, take my featherboard off, and I'll put a kerf in one end. That's so that when I put it in the blade, that kerf will help me guide starting the blade in the kerf. So from there, the one on the top and the bottom will help guide that blade as I go through, but this will help get it started straight. So it's a good idea to put one on the end. You don't need it on the outer end. When it comes out, it'll come out fine. So now that we have this all set up, let's take, and I'm going to go through this process here, then I'm going to turn the camera over to the bandsaw right over there, and then you can see me do the cut, and you see how quick the cut on the bandsaw. That part won't even take me 2 minutes. So let's see how long it takes me to cut a 6-inch wide hard maple board and resaw it in half. You ready? Here we go. So let's run this through here. Flip it end to end. Raise my blade. And run it through again, both edges. Now let's take the featherboard off. And let's do it on the end. I'm going to lower the blade because we don't need too deep. Go about halfway on the height. And let's cut this cut. Now let's go over and let's do the final cut. So let me bring you over here. And you can see how far that cut came. It's still got all this center has to cut out. But these curves will help guide my bandsaw blade. That's why I don't even need a fence. So let's go do the final cut. And there you go. 2 passes through the planer. And those will be smooth as they need to be on both sides. So I just cut that 6-inch hard maple board, resaw it in half, and now I get 2 boards out of it. That's easy. Doesn't take very long at all, quite frankly. So wanted to show you how to do a resaw. The key to this is you want to use as small blade as you can on your table saw. That's why I chose the 7 1/4. It gives me that 16th inch curve. So I lose the least amount of board to be resurfaced. And I also have it high as I can get it, and it really does help guide by cutting it on both sides, and then once on the one end of it. So, and as you saw, the final cut on there was so easy. I didn't drift or anything. So it stayed right in that curve all the way through without a fence. It's the easiest way I ever found to resaw a board. I used to struggle trying to resaw something like that, and I'd be lucky to get a 1/2 inch on each board after I got done. Now, you know how that goes. This helps hold everything nice and straight. Give it a try. The OTB Thinker Way of resawing a board. If you have any questions about this, if you have any comments, any way that you do it that's different than me, I'd love to hear it. I'm always looking for better ideas and ways I can maybe take your idea and twist it around and help me do mine better. So, but I do want to thank you for stopping by. Most importantly, come back again because we're nowhere near done. Thanks, and we'll see you again soon.